Book title, Jack Was Back Chapter 1, The Relentless Pursuit. The year was 1670, a time when the seas were ruled by ruthless pirates, and their relentless pursuit of treasure. Amongst these treacherous individuals was a young boy named Jack, whose life had been tragically altered by destiny. Born to a family of humble fishermen, Jack had grown up in the small coastal village of Portside. Life had been simple and peaceful until the day his parents fell victim to an unfortunate accident that claimed their lives. Left with nothing except the heavy burden of their debts, Jack's life took a sharp turn. Bound by the laws of the time, the debtor's prison loomed over Jack's head like a storm cloud. In order to escape a life of imprisonment and hardship, he was sold into servitude on a pirate ship. The sails of the ship, named the Thundering Wave, billowed against the fiery orange sunset as it embarked on yet another perilous journey. Jack stood on the deck, his young frame barely able to withstand the untamed power of the sea. His eyes darted from one pirate to another, studying the crew that would now become his family. Their faces bore the marks of experience and brutality, their eyes hardened by the atrocities they had committed. There was Captain Blackburn, a towering figure with a long, black beard that seemed to breathe life into his fearsome reputation. He was both feared and revered by his crew, his voice commanding every soul on board. As the ship sailed deeper into the unknown, Jack found solace in the quiet moments when he could escape the piercing gazes and whispers of his fellow pirates. He would retreat to the bow of the ship, leaning against the splintered wood, and lose himself in the vastness of the ocean and the endless possibilities it held. It was during one of these contemplative moments that Jack's eyes caught sight of a pod of dolphins, gracefully leaping through the waves. Their playful antics and synchronized movements filled Jack with a sense of awe and wonder. For the first time in a long while, he lost himself in a genuine smile. Unknown to Jack, his smile did not go unnoticed. A fellow pirate, named Samuel, had been watching him from a distance. Samuel had a kind heart, a rare trait amongst the cutthroats and thieves, and he saw something in Jack that reminded him of his own lost innocence. Curiosity getting the better of him, Samuel approached Jack, a softness in his voice that clashed with the roughness of his exterior. "Quite a sight, ain't it, lad? Dolphins, they remind me of better days." Jack turned to look at Samuel, his eyes reflecting a mixture of surprise and suspicion. "How can you speak of better days, Samuel? We are pirates, set to plunder and pillage. There is no room for goodness on this ship." Samuel chuckled, a sound that echoed in the wind. "Ah, lad, you must learn that goodness can be found even in the darkest of places. The sea, she's a fickle mistress. She has a way of revealing what lies within a man's heart, and she'll do the same for you." Jack pondered Samuel's words, his mind swirling with conflicting thoughts. Could it be possible for him to find goodness amidst the chaos of piracy? Could he rise above his circumstances and be the kind of pirate who valued honor over fortune? As the days turned into weeks, the young Jack continued to question his surroundings, wrestling with the desire to find his own path amidst the relentless pursuit of treasure. Little did he know that his journey had only just begun and that fate had both dangers and unexpected allies in store for him. Chapter 2, A Lost Soul's Redemption. Jack stood on the deck of the ship, his tired eyes scanning the horizon for any sign of land. The salty breeze whipped through his hair, reminding him of the freedom he had once craved. But now, those winds carried a different weight, a heaviness that burdened his soul. It had been months since Jack had joined Captain Blackburn's crew, and with each passing day, he felt his spirit sinking further into despair. The pirate life, once glamorized in his mind, had revealed itself to be a world of treachery and violence. The thrill he had once felt at the thought of adventure had been replaced by a haunting feeling of emptiness. As he looked around at his fellow crewmates, Jack couldn't help but feel a sense of betrayal. These men, once his comrades, had become monsters. Their lust for looting and pillaging knew no bounds, and it sickened him. Deep down, he knew that his own values were at odds with the life he had chosen. One evening, with the moon casting an ethereal glow on the sea, Jack found himself at the helm of the ship. It was a rare moment of solitude in the midst of chaos. The night air was cool against his skin, and the vastness of the ocean seemed to mirror the vastness of his internal struggle. Lost in thought, Jack didn't notice his friend, William, approaching until he spoke. "Jack, I can see it in your eyes," William said, his voice laced with concern. "You're different. What's eating at you?" Jack sighed heavily, his shoulders slumping with the weight of his burden. "I don't know, Will. This life. It's not what I expected. I thought being a pirate would be about freedom and adventure, but all I see is greed and bloodshed." William nodded, his eyes filled with understanding. "I've seen it too, matey. It's hard to hold on to who you are when darkness surrounds you. But I believe there's still good in you, Jack. We can find a way out of this together." Jack's heart swelled with gratitude, hearing those words from a friend who knew him better than most. Perhaps redemption wasn't out of reach after all. He turned to face William, determination burning in his eyes. "You're right, Will. I won't let this life define me. I will find a way to do what's right, to be the pirate I was meant to be. Let's find our own path, away from Blackburn and his wicked ways." William smiled, a glimmer of hope shining in his eyes. "I knew you'd come around, Jack. We'll stick together, and I believe that together, we can rediscover the meaning of honor on the open seas." And so, Jack and William began their quest for redemption. They sought out allies among the crew, those who still carried a flicker of goodness within them. Together, they would make a stand against the darkness, striving to reshape the pirate world into something better. Their journey would not be easy. Blackburn and his loyal followers would not surrender easily. But Jack was willing to risk it all for a chance at redemption, for a chance to reclaim his own soul. As the ship sailed into the unknown, Jack couldn't help but feel a glimmer of hope. He had found his purpose, his guiding light, in the vast sea of darkness. The path to redemption may be treacherous, but with his newfound resolve, Jack knew he would find his way back to the person he had once been, before the allure of the pirate life had captivated him. With each passing day, Jack's commitment to righteousness grew stronger, and his belief in a brighter future became unwavering. The lost soul was on the path to redemption, determined to find true goodness amidst the sea of thieves. Chapter 3, Alliances and Betrayals. Jack stood at the helm of his own ship, the Black Gold, gazing out at the open sea. It had been a long journey filled with treacherous storms and battles, but his crew had remained loyal. Or so he had thought. As the ship sailed on towards their next destination, Jack noticed a change in the atmosphere among his crew. Whispers and hushed conversations filled the air, and eyes darted nervously around. Something was amiss. He decided to confront his first mate, William Turner, who had been acting strangely lately. Will was always known for his loyalty and dedication, but as of late, he seemed distant and secretive. "Will," Jack called out, stepping closer to his friend. "What's going on? I can sense that something isn't right." Will looked up, his eyes filled with a mix of guilt and fear. "Jack, there's something you need to know. I've been approached by another crew, a notorious group of pirates led by Captain Blackburn. They promised me riches and power if I deliver you and the Black Gold to them." Jack's heart sank. He never expected betrayal from Will, a man he had considered a brother. "Why, Will? Why would you do this?" Will lowered his gaze. "They promised to take care of me, Jack. They promised to help me find my long-lost father, Bootstrap Bill. I couldn't resist the temptation." Jack clenched his fist, fighting back the urge to lash out. He had always known of Will's desire to find his father, but he never imagined it would lead to this. "You've made a grave mistake, Will. We were a family, and you've chosen to tear us apart." As Jack walked away, turning away from Will, he heard footsteps following behind him. It was Elizabeth Swan, the brave and fierce pirate he had once been in love with. "Jack, what's going on?" Will looks troubled. Jack sighed, not sure if he could bear to tell Elizabeth the truth. But he knew he couldn't keep this secret from her any longer. Elizabeth will betray us. He made a deal with Blackburn's crew to hand us over. Elizabeth gasped, her hand covering her mouth in shock. No, I can't believe it. Will would never do such a thing. Wish it weren't true love. But I heard it from Will's own lips. Elizabeth's eyes filled with determination. Then we need to confront him. We need answers. Together, Jack and Elizabeth sought out Will, finding him secluded in his quarters. His guilt-ridden face told them everything they needed to know. Will, how could you? Elizabeth's voice trembled with anger and hurt. I'm sorry, Elizabeth. I never wanted it to come to this, Will said, tears streaming down his face. Jack stepped forward, his voice dangerously calm. You've chosen this path, Will, and now you'll have to face the consequences. I can't trust you anymore. As the ship sailed on, tensions ran high among the remaining crew members. Doubt and suspicion hung in the air, as everyone questioned who they could truly trust. Jack knew he had to be vigilant, for the winds of betrayal were blowing strong. With each passing day, Jack learned more about the hidden agendas within his crew. Betrayal was a constant threat, and he found himself having to make difficult choices to protect his pirate legacy. Some members showed their true loyalty, reaffirming Jack's faith in their friendship. Others revealed their true colors, their intentions tainted and selfish. With the fate of his crew and their mission hanging in the balance, Jack knew he had to stay one step ahead, to outwit those who sought to bring him down. The complexities of friendship and alliances became apparent, and he learned the importance of distinguishing between friend and foe, in the treacherous world of piracy. Renaming his ship, now the Scarlet Revenge, Jack and his crew set to the high seas. As this chapter in Jack's life came to a close, Jack vowed to remain steadfast, refusing to let the betrayals of those he once held dear deter him from his ultimate goal. The Black Gold would sail on, renamed the Scarlet Revenge, a powerful testament to his resilience and unwavering spirit, as he battled against the deceptions that lurked around each corner. Chapter 4, The Hunt for the Lost Treasure. The sun beat down mercilessly on the deck of the Scarlet Revenge, casting long shadows over the crew as they gathered around Captain Jack Nicholes. Their tanned faces were etched with excitement as they gazed at the tattered treasure map spread out before them. It was said to hold the key to unimaginable wealth, the fabled lost treasure of Eldoria. Jack's sharp eyes scanned the faded parchment, his mind racing to decipher its cryptic symbols and markings. He knew that finding the treasure would not only secure his crew's livelihood but also afford him the chance to retire from the treacherous life of piracy. Gather round, me hearties, Jack bellowed, his voice laced with determination. This here map will lead us to untold riches, but it won't be an easy journey. We'll be facing rivals far more cunning than Blackbeard himself. His crew murmured in agreement and exchanged determined looks. Each pirate understood the magnitude of the task ahead, but the lure of boundless wealth fueled their desire. As they set sail towards the treacherous waters of the Bermuda Triangle, their ship sliced through the choppy waves with a sense of purpose. The crew remained on high alert, their eyes scanning the horizon for clues or signs of rival pirates. Days turned into weeks, the crew tirelessly traversing the treacherous seas, charting their course based on the cryptic clues scrawled on the map. Jack's astute intellect and unfaltering moral compass became their guiding light, ensuring they stayed true to the righteous path, even in the face of temptation. One evening, as the sun dipped below the horizon, Jack climbed up into the crow's nest, his keen eyes searching the vast expanse of ocean below. Suddenly, a glimmer of light caught his attention, reflecting off something metallic amidst the crashing waves. Jack's heart raced with anticipation as he alerted his crew, guiding them towards the source of the shimmering beacon. Upon reaching the spot, their excitement turned to disappointment as they found themselves face to face with a pile of worthless trinkets. It was a trap set by their rival pirate, Captain Blackburn, who sought to lead them astray in his pursuit of the fabled treasure. Bolstered by their setback, Jack and his crew continued their relentless chase. As days turned into months, the crew encountered numerous perilous encounters, from treacherous whirlpools to ghostly sirens luring them astray. Each time, Jack's intellect and resourcefulness guided them to safety, leaving his crew in awe of their captain's unyielding determination. Finally, after what felt like an eternity, the compass needle adamantly pointed towards their destination. The secret island where the lost treasure of Eldoria was said to lie hidden. The crew's spirits soared, their veins pumping with adrenaline as they set foot on the uncharted land, their eyes gleaming with anticipation. As they delved deeper into the depths of the island's dense jungle, dark shadows lurked amidst the ancient, towering trees. Jack's instincts warned him of imminent danger, but the allure of untold riches beckoned him forward. He couldn't help but wonder if the treasure held the key to a life of freedom beyond the constraints of piracy. Just as they were about to make their final push towards the treasure's supposed location, a ghostly figure emerged from the undergrowth. It was none other than Captain Blackburn, his menacing grin revealing his nefarious intentions. "Finally caught up to you, Jack," Blackheart sneered. "Prepare to meet your doom." But Jack's astute intellect and unwavering moral compass had guided him to this moment. With a flash of steel, he and Blackburn clashed in a fierce battle, their swords clanging against each other, the fight, a dance of skill and willpower. In the end, it was Jack's unwavering resolve and righteous heart that prevailed. As the dust settled, Blackburn lay defeated at his feet. With the rival pirates vanquished, Jack led his crew to discover the true treasure that lay hidden all along. The bond of friendship and loyalty forged in the crucible of their daring adventure. As the setting sun bathed the island in golden hues, Jack and his crew set sail once more, their hearts content with the knowledge that the greatest treasure in life is the journey itself. Chapter 5. Under the Jolly Roger. The sun beat down on Jack as he stood aboard the pirate ship, the Jolly Roger, staring out at the vast expanse of the open sea. Since joining up with Captain Blackburn's crew, Jack's unique qualities as a pirate had begun to emerge. No longer just a wide-eyed recruit, he was growing into a confident and respected member of the crew. As the days turned into weeks, Jack's natural leadership skills became apparent to all his shipmates. He effortlessly captivated their attention with his quick thinking and strategic planning. His crewmates admired his ability to remain calm in even the most chaotic of situations, and they looked to him for guidance. One evening, as the crew gathered around a flickering lantern below deck, Jack addressed his shipmates. "Brothers," he began. "We've sailed under the Jolly Roger and my ship the Black Gold for quite some time now, and I must say, I am proud to call each and every one of you my comrades. Our reputation as a fearsome crew has grown, and it is through our unity and unwavering loyalty that we have achieved such success." The crew erupted into cheers, their voices filling the air with enthusiasm. One by one, they raised their tankards and saluted Jack for his leadership. This moment, Jack thought, was proof that he had earned their respect and trust. But with respect came new challenges. Jack's growing reputation and fleet of ships had caught the attention of other pirate captains, some of whom were envious of his rising popularity. One such captain, Captain Morgan, was known for his treachery and deceit. He sought to undermine Jack's authority and claim the Jolly Roger for himself. One dark and stormy night, as the Jolly Roger and the Scarlet's Revenge sailed through treacherous waters, Captain Morgan's ship, the Broken Soul, appeared on the horizon, its sails billowing in the wind. Jack knew that he had to act quickly if he wanted to protect both of his crews from Captain Morgan's wrath. Summoning his courage, Jack climbed to the highest point of the Jolly Roger, a ship twice the size of the Black Gold, and shouted to both of his crews. "Brothers, we face a formidable adversary tonight. But fear not. We have weathered storms before, and we shall prevail once again. Together, we are a force to be reckoned with." His brothers and shipmates all nodded in agreement, their eyes filled with determination. They trusted Jack to lead them through the impending danger. The three ships clashed in a fierce battle, cannons roaring and swords clashing. Jack fought alongside his crew, his sword slashing through the air with precision. He could feel the weight of his crew's expectations on his shoulders, but he refused to let them down. With every swing of his sword, Jack's dedication to his crew and his unwavering moral compass fueled his determination. He knew that they were not just pirates, but individuals who had chosen this life out of necessity or desperation. It was through their collective strength that they could create a better future, where respect and honor reigned supreme. As the battle raged on, Jack spotted Captain Morgan charging towards him, a wicked grin on his face. With a swift movement, Jack parried Morgan's attack, their swords clashing with a metallic ring. "You think you can best me, boy?" Morgan sneered. Jack's eyes blazed with defiance. "I fight for my crew and for the world we aspire to create. You fight for nothing but your own greed." With a final, powerful strike, Jack disarmed Captain Morgan, sending his sword clattering to the deck. The crew erupted into cheers, their victory palpable in the air. Jack held out his hand to Morgan, offering him a chance at redemption. "Join me," Jack said, his voice firm but compassionate. "Together, we can build a future where pirates are more than just bloodthirsty criminals." Captain Morgan, bloodied and broken, looked into Jack's eyes and saw a glimmer of hope. Slowly, he accepted Jack's outstretched hand, signaling his willingness to change. And so, under the Jolly Roger, the Broken Soul, and the Scarlet's Revenge, Jack's unique qualities as a pirate continued to shape him into a leader who inspired loyalty and fought for a better world. With each passing day, his crew grew larger and stronger, united by their shared desire for a life beyond the chaos and greed that ruled the seas. Chapter 6, The Pirate Hero. As the sun dipped below the horizon, casting an orange glow across the open sea, Jack stood at the helm of his beloved ship, the Scarlet's Revenge. The wind whistled through his long, tangled hair, as if beckoning him towards his destiny. With every passing day, he had become more than just a pirate, and more than just a thief of the high seas. He had become a hero. It had been a long and treacherous journey for Jack. From his humble beginnings as a young boy imprisoned aboard a pirate ship, he had risen above his circumstances. His unwavering courage and commitment to justice had set him apart from the cutthroats and thieves that once called him comrade. Now, his crew, on all three ships, looked up to him, not just as their captain, but as a symbol of hope in a world filled with darkness. They saw in him the undeniable proof that redemption was possible, no matter how dark one's past may be. It was on this fateful night that Jack and his crew found themselves face to face with their former captors, the notorious pirate gang, the Bloodthirsty Blades. This was the ultimate test of Jack's transformation into a legend. It was time to confront the ghosts of his past and forge a brighter future. As the Scarlet's Revenge closed in on the enemy ship, with the Jolly Roger and the Broken Soul circling behind, tension hung in the air. Jack's crew sprang into action, ready to do whatever it took to protect their captain. Confidence radiated from Jack's every pore as he addressed his crew. "Tonight, my true brothers, my comrades and my friends, we face our greatest challenge yet," Jack began, his voice steady and resolute. "But remember, we are not the same men and women we once were. We have chosen the path of righteousness, and together, we will prevail." His crewmen nodded, their eyes filled with determination. "Captain Jack, what is our plan of attack?" One of his loyal crew members, Sarah, spoke up. Jack smiled, grateful for the trust his crew placed in him. "We will board their ship from all sides, and take out their leader, Captain Bloodfang. If we succeed, their gang will crumble." The crew cheered, their energy swelling as they prepared for the assault. Jack donned his captain's hat and grabbed his trusty cutlass, a testament to his newfound bravery. The Scarlet's Revenge sailed alongside the enemy ship, grapples latched on tight. The Broken Soul sailed along the other side while the Jolly Roger came up from behind. With a battle cry on his lips, Jack leapt from the Scarlet's Revenge onto the enemy's deck, his crew following closely behind. The clash of swords and the roar of cannon fire filled the air as the three pirate crews engaged in a fierce battle with the Bloodthirsty Blades. Jack fought with the skill and prowess of a seasoned warrior, his determination unwavering. He parried blows, dodged enemy attacks, and with each swing of his cutlass, he brought justice to the heartless pirates who once held him captive. As Captain Bloodfang realized his men were falling, he turned and ran, attempting to escape. But Jack was relentless. He chased after his one-time captor, never once faltering in his pursuit of justice. Finally, in the captain's quarters, Jack cornered Bloodfang. The two stood face to face, panting heavily, their eyes locked in a battle of wills. "You cannot escape your past, Bloodfang," Jack said, his voice filled with conviction. Bloodfang sneered, his eyes filled with rage. "I may not escape it, but neither will you, Jack." The two clashed once more, their swords locked in a deadly dance. With a swift move, Jack disarmed Bloodfang and held him at bay. "It's over, Bloodfang," Jack said, his voice filled with triumph. "Your reign of terror ends here." As the pirate gang crumbled without their leader, Jack and his entire crew sailed away victorious. They left behind not just a defeated enemy, but a legacy, the legend of the pirate hero, Captain Jack. In the days that followed, tales of Jack's bravery and honor spread throughout the seven seas. Merchants traded stories of the pirate captain who had turned from a life of darkness to become a champion of justice. The mere mention of his name struck fear into the hearts of the wicked and brought hope to the oppressed. As they sailed into the horizon, the wind carried their laughter and the promise of a better future. Captain Jack knew that his journey was far from over. He had become the hero the world needed, and he intended to keep fighting for what was right, no matter the cost. Reflecting now back on the days when his life was full and free, when both his parents walked side by side with him, back before that fateful night, encouraging his dreams and aiding in his abilities to achieve them. Yes, the good Jack was back. And so, as the Scarlet Revenge, the Jolly Roger, and the Broken Soul sailed into the horizon, a new chapter began for Captain Jack, the pirate hero. Adventure awaited, and Jack was ready to face whatever challenges lay ahead, one sword swing at a time. Yes, indeed, Jack was back. The end, a book written by Jules Mahalo. All glory to one, Father, dedicated to my daughter Nikki, for her unbreakable spirit and drive to conquer the seven seas, and my new storybook family. October 29, 2023. Thank you for subscribing. Jules.